Good evening, fellow investors and traders. This is your weekend filler on the crypto market, and you with Kyle Nero here on the record. First things first, today in the markets anything can happen. I don't need to know what's going to happen to be successful. There's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that defines an edge. An edge in the markets is nothing more than a high probability of one thing happening over another, and every moment in the markets is unique. Today I'll be successful in the markets because I will objectively identify my edges. I will predefine the risk of every trade, 2%. I'll fully accept that risk, or I'm willing to let go of that trade. I will act on my edges without hesitation or reservation. I will pay myself as the market makes money available to me, and I will continuously monitor my susceptibility for making errors. I understand the absolute necessity of these principles of continued success, and therefore I never violate them. I trade my system, I stay the F out of the way, and I repeat. Welcome to this Saturday. So every weekend, these days that we've been counting the 90 days, at the end of the term it will be a little bit more because of Saturdays and Sundays. Why I'm not making them part of the days is simply because the rest of the markets don't trade on Saturdays and Sundays, and I almost want to give you a more holistic view and approach or a result only on the markets that you do know and are well familiar with. So this will be a filler, but it will still be part of the overall results. So what we're talking about basically is cryptocurrency, and because it's a decentralized market, it means it's operating on a Saturday and a Sunday where foreign exchange and the rest of the markets is concerned, gold, commodities, oil, all of those guys, they are closed. Of course, they lock down on Friday only to see Monday again because the banks in most countries is closed over the weekend. But cryptocurrency is not. It's a 24/7 market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and things is still happening. So we will be filling in every Saturday and Sunday to check if there's any trading opportunities that exists. And this is of course my channel, and you'll see under the playlist here, if you want to go specifically for the cryptocurrency section, you'll see under this folder over here. Let me just go one back, otherwise this guy is going to play. Let's close that guy up. Let's just view the full playlist, and this is the couple of videos that I've put out the last weekend. So the first one was centralized versus decentralized markets, if you want to check that out. And then the last one that we spoke about was Bitcoin, the future of money. But before we get into all of those things, first things first, let's head over to our trusted calendar over at Forex Factory and check what is happening there. So today we're on the Saturday of November 5th, which is what we know as Guy Fawkes in South Africa. And I don't know how much other countries in the world celebrates it, because we just had to endure last week in a whole flood of Halloween things coming through to our posts. We don't know that, and the more the world is becoming closer together, the more we're getting each other countries information and feeds and what they're doing through to our mobile devices and our social media accounts. So we're adopting everybody's culture, and it's an interesting and great time to be living. So let's head over to tomorrow to see what news events might be coming our way. And there is nothing. It's only I think I made a mistake there. Sunday the 6th is just our shift of again for the dollar for United States as well as Canada, where they will be switching the time. I always get confused, is it back or forward? We don't do it here, so it's always a boggle in my mind. But anyways, I got to prepare on Monday because markets will either be closing or opening a hour earlier or later come Monday. So nonetheless, let's head over then to the markets and see what is happening. Let us postpone that for later. So our balance currently is sitting at $108,484, as well as our equity, and there's currently no active trades that we have running. We've closed it up on Thursday already, due to NFP. And let's just go into the history, something that we always do, just to show you the validity of all these trades. There's nothing that's been taken in between that can falsify the record, the balance, the equity that I'm talking about. So yeah, let's just go up the list here and see. This is of course in date order, according to when it was closed. You'll see down the side, and it was just Swissy JPY we closed out last, NAS, the Nikkei, Euro NZD, AUD Swissy. So that is where that is concerned. Then going through the markets, there is no trades that exists for us this Saturday night. Bitcoin nothing, Bitcoin Cash nothing, Ethereum nothing, Litecoin nothing. It's moving quite nicely, guys. It's just something that is happening in before our eyes, but we're not seeing it. We're completely missing it. Look at what's happening here. This was back to the 23rd of September. We are now on the 5th of November, so nearly 2 months later, and look what this market has been doing where Litecoin is concerned. This thing has just been staggering, consolidating. Price is not moved anywhere. What I'm meaning by consolidating, price is not neither gone up nor down by a big amount of percentage points, and it's been hovering around this line until this last couple of days and maybe a week and a half, so on, that things really started getting heated up and started moving. So definitely some movement in the market that is going to bring major opportunities going forward. But other than that, we don't have any trades that exists on the cryptocurrency market this evening. And yeah, so the thumbnail would read is should you invest in cryptocurrency? Last week's one was, is Bitcoin or cryptocurrency the future? And let me just tell you before we go, should you invest in it? I just wanted to tell you what is currently. You know, if we're talking about the future, what is the current then? What will it replace? And what I've pulled up here is basically Forex, and what Forex is and what it is worth. So Forex is foreign exchange. Crypto is the cryptocurrency exchange, and both of these is mediums of you being able to swap out your money. At the end of the day, that is what it is. It is you being able to swap out your money for another currency, and to do business with other countries, essentially, because all countries don't have the same currency. So there's just so much that this cryptocurrency brings to the world that is really, really interesting for us to be in. First of all, it's a digital currency, and what it will be replacing, in a sense, is basically the Forex market. Now, the Forex market, as you can see on the screen, is sitting at a 6.6 trillion on average every day amount of money that is traded throughout the world. $6.6 trillion is moving throughout this market, throughout the world. And that is an insane amount of money on a daily basis. It is the biggest market. And, you know, cryptocurrency is here to come and disrupt this, because people is transacting with their currency in their land. For us, it's the rand, USD, euro, Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, and so much other currencies throughout the world. And what cryptocurrency comes to bring to the party is a new form of payment. That's essentially what it is worth. What it is. It's a new form of payment, to no longer transact the way we have been, but rather on a digital platform. So this is basically where it will come in and where it will be disrupting things. So who will use it? And this goes part of our question of should you invest in it? Who will be using it? And all of us would essentially use it if the world is adopting to it, and it's adopting at a crazy rate in front of our eyes. I say again that we just blind to, we don't see it, but it just starts to pop up. You'll see it on advertising boards, you'll see it on when you're watching sports. These, how can I call it, advertising will come up where it reads crypto, and all of the time it's been programmed in the back of your mind and you don't really realize it. The one thing though is you can't just switch the world over to another currency or another way of doing things, because it's confusing. How long did we take to get onto debit or credit cards, that form of digital money? So it's just with the amount of technology that is happening, the amount of people that has wised up to the technology. I mean, our aunties and uncles and the older people that we thought would never be able to adopt to using a cell phone is all of a sudden efficient, so the learning curve is really spiked where that is concerned. That is what makes me believe that there is just no ways that we're not going to get out of this, and that this is the way that we're going to be transacting in the future. So who will use crypto? Part of the question, and one of the reasons using it in South Africa is that Pick n Pay is going to start accepting cryptocurrency as payment. They're going to accept Bitcoin as payment in their stores, and that just opens the door, because now advertising goes into the store. A little teller will go into the store. A little sign will go into the store that says something like Bitcoin is accepted here, or whichever other form of cryptocurrency is accepted here. And when these things start happening, it's becoming normal practice for everybody. It's becoming a normalized thing, and that just opens the door for this thing to actually, how can I say, be adopted by so many people. So currently, let's go to the main one, which is Bitcoin, where everything started. The price is sitting at $21,347. So yes, that's what it costs per Bitcoin. And what that means is not what it means. If we go back into history and see what actually transpired here, in the sense of where things started and where things are. So this is where Bitcoin currently is, at 21,474. And there's of course been some major things that has happened in the past. I'm zooming out as much as we possibly can so that you can see as far back as we can. So this one is going back to 2018. It's on my daily chart here. And on 2018 we were sitting at $6,300. And things has progressed big time. Absolutely, it's just gone out of control. Not out of control. People started adopting it. People started jumping onto the bandwagon to get in here. And Murphy's Law, usually in the markets, is when everybody gets into the thing and everybody's on this hype and it's going to be great, then, things come crashing down. That's just the way things work. And then, people give up, and then all of a sudden comes some big names that starts to put their name on the thing, and all of a sudden people adopts again, and it comes crashing down, and it came crashing down some more again, to where we are hovering around this price of $20,000. So if the foreign exchange market is worth 6.6 trillion on a daily basis of transactions, and this thing is only sitting at 20,000 USD, what do you think the potential is of this thing in the future? It is crazy. It is absolutely insane. And should you invest in it? Are you going to invest in buying a car radio? Are you going to invest in buying a new TV for the other room that you hardly use? Are you buying a new leather couch? Do you want to buy a new pair of Jordans? all of these little things cost money, and we do investments wherever we go to get a return on our money. And of course you should invest in it. Definitely. I'm not saying go take out credit for it to invest it. You find your own means of investing. But don't go and put all your money on crypto. It's not how things work. It's not how the investment will works. You take a portion of your money and you go put it on. And what is a portion? So if you were going to buy the TV that cost 3,500 rand, which is a Samsung, for example, maybe go to the Hisense rather. Buy the 2,500 rand. Save yourself 1,000 rand. Use the 1,000 rand and invest it into something like this. I'm not saying you're going to be profitable. I'm not saying it's going to work. This thing could crash and come down to zero, and we find a totally new way of transacting. But yes, investment opportunities that exist every day in front of our eyes, not only in this market but in everyday life things. So it's your choice. But what I do here, and where I get involved where the cryptocurrency market is concerned, is twofold. First of all, you need to understand what is the difference between investing in the crypto market. Should you invest, and should you trade, if I could call it that question. There's two differences between the two. So investing is you taking your 1,000 rand and you going to exchange like Luno. I'll talk more about it tomorrow. Luno or crypto.com, whomever it is that you choose to invest with, and you put your money on Bitcoin. You're putting your 1,000 rand in there and you're leaving your money there. You're not selling the thing, you are investing it. So you are buying in it in the hopes of that thing is going to grow. You're going to leave your money there for until who knows how long. That is how you're going to be doing things. Trading, on the other hand, is when the opportunity exists to go two ways. You can either buy cryptocurrency on this market, or you can sell it on this market. Who are you selling to? Who are you buying to? Well, there's a buyer or dealing desk at the other end of the sale, and this is basically how these transactions happen. So when you end up making a buy, it depends when and what your system is, how long you're going to stay in it, how long you're going to hold it. And of course it becomes much more worthwhile, in my opinion, in my mind, to do both. Because if I'm going to invest 1,000, my 1,000 is going to be sitting here. This thing can explode to how much ever it's going to be, and then my money is sitting there. But if the price is going to do what it's done here, that if I had to get a buy signal on my system and bought here, then I bought here and now price comes down, there's nothing is happening to my 1,000 rand. It's losing in value, and then once again going up and down. So essentially I'd have bought, and if I had have gotten a signal to sell, I'd have sold. And if I got the signal to buy, I'd have bought. If I got the signal to sell, I'd have sold, and vice versa. And this is how the thing goes on and on and on. So that's it. I'm not going to take this any longer. Thank you very much for joining me. That was just a short crash course, and I hope it was informative and helpful to you. Have a super Saturday night, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks so much for joining me. Cheerio.